Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you're all keeping well. This week what I'm going to do with you, I'm going to do wheaten brown bread. This bread is really good for when it's cooked and it's cold. You can slice it and you can freeze it. This is what I bring for my lunch. So I'm going to start. In the bowl I have 225 grams of brown flour, 225 grams of plain flour. Into that I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of bread soda. Just put it on your hand. Make sure all the lumps are gone out of it. Okay. Now, next up, I have 400 milliliters of buttermilk. Into that, I'm going to add 1 egg. And next, I'm going to add in 1 dessert spoon of maple syrup. Now, I have the spoon in hot water because that makes the maple syrup slide off the spoon much easier. Now, if you don't have maple syrup, you can use golden syrup. If you don't have golden syrup, you can use honey, and otherwise just use 25 grams of sugar instead. So this just gives a little bit of sweetness. So it's taking its time coming out of the bottle. So that's it. So it just comes off. Now with a fork, you just beat up the egg and the maple syrup just so that it's all blended. Now with my spatula, I'm just going to mix in the bread soda, the salt and the 2 flours just to make sure that it's all mixed well. Now I have the oven heating at 180 degrees. Okay, so now that's all mixed in. Okay. Make sure, whoops, I'm making a bit of a mess. Now, start from the outside and start working in and mix it in. Now, it should form quite a soft dough, and that's fine because we don't need it. We just put it straight in the baking tin. Now, the baking tin I'm using is a loaf tin, and it's a 2-pound loaf tin. Now, just make sure all the flour is incorporated into it. That there's take a minute or 2 to mix it. Now, that's exactly what it should look like there. Now, I have my tin here and I have it lined with parchment paper. That's where it doesn't stick. I'm just going to show you briefly how I do it. You get a rectangle piece of parchment, you fold it in quarter, and just where all these edges are, I cut a slant. And when I open it out, it's like this. And it just splits into the tin. And this saves you, otherwise you can just butter and flour it. So I'm just going to take that out. Now, I'm going to scrape this into the tin. As I said, this is really good for lunches. It's really good to toast as well. Spread it out. Now you can leave it plain, or I'm going to put a few sunflower seeds on top. You bake this in the oven at 180 degrees for 35 minutes. After 35 minutes, you tip it out of the tin, you put it back in the oven for another 35 minutes. And you know it's done when it has like a hollow tapping sound to the bottom of it. So in total it takes 1 hour and 10 minutes to cook. So I'm going to put this in the oven now. I'm going to post a picture at the end and the recipe. Hope you enjoy making the bread, and hope to see you soon. Stay safe, take care, bye bye.